Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie for those who don't know me, reviewing Married at First Sight Australia season 11 episode 11. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. At the beginning of the episode, there was a lot of short clips of the couples happening, so I'm not gonna lie to you, missed a lot of that. I did see that Jaden and Eden are getting along very well. They did this photo shoot, apron, fun, playful thing. They have really good banter, really good whatever, sexual tension, connection, whatever it is good with them. There was something else with another couple. I don't remember, but we're just going to get to the bigger stuff in this episode. Tori and Jack do the genital cupping or hovering challenge to spark some sexual intimacy.
Jackie's delicious. Let's go. That dominant masculine energy. Yeah, he gives me, I want to rip your clothes off. I'm very intuitive, so I know what he's thinking.
There it is.
Rip them off.
Good job.
Tori's a bird because she says, Jack gives me the I want to rip your clothes off vibe. Okay, but he literally does not want to rip your clothes off. And on the honeymoon, didn't the man say, oh, I'm a very sexual being, and when I know I want to sleep with somebody, I know I want to sleep with them. Honey, that means he knows he does not want to sleep with you. But she's going to be out here chasing after him like a lost puppy, being so excited at the fact that she gets to have this attractive, macho, masculine, domineering man who wants nothing to do with her sexually, at the very least. We know there's more than just that, but we can firmly say, sexually, that man does not want you. But okay, you can go ahead and keep pretending like he does. Tim and Sarah do the gazing task, and it opened Sarah up just a little bit, but that didn't last for long.
I think he's trying to build that intimacy, and I'm not used to it.
First and foremost, I do want to support you. I want to be when you show you that I'm on your team.
What were you communicating?
I was giving off intentions.
Personally, since the honeymoon, Tim has come around. I was kind of scared when he did the whole relax thing, and then he didn't really react well in that whole dinner. But he's come around. He's actually a sweet guy, it seems like. And Sarah, I don't know what Sarah's issue is. Sarah seems to be looking for issues, and the more that she looks for them, she's going to find them. She's deciding in this moment to give Tim a proper chance. She realizes that he is a sweet guy and he does have good intentions in this relationship, so she needs to bring her wall down just a little bit. A part of me can see why her wall is up with Tim just because of the first impression, but girl, that happened how long ago? And I feel like he's redeemed himself at this point. So yeah, she's got to try something else. Ellie and Ben got into an argument the night prior. So he was asking her if he had faith in his intentions, and she was affirming the faith in his intentions. But then he started mocking her. For what reason, we don't know, but it did not sit well with Ellie.
There was no yelling or anything, but Ellie's extremely sensitive.
The conversation last night has planted seeds in my mind, doubting his intentions. If he's not here for the right reasons, then I'm going to leave.
This man, the way that he talks about Ellie and women, this sensitive female thing was coming up again, and I'm like, I don't like it. I really don't like it. He definitely is giving that podcast persona. I wouldn't be surprised if after the show, him and Jack have a podcast. And if they don't have a joint podcast, I can see Jack going on to Tim's podcast. Just the rhetoric that both of these guys share on the show, the perception they have of women, it's very similar and it's very problematic. Fear men like this. So the men and women have separate workshops with Alessandra. Starting with the men, Richard says that Intimacy Week has really strengthened his relationship with Andrea. Jack shares that he's a sexually dominant person but doesn't sexually desire Tori. Ben... Oh, was I saying Tim before? I meant Ben, y'all. I meant Ben. Ellie is with Ben, not Tim. My bad. Sorry, Tim. Ben fronts as if everything with Ellie is great. Yeah. And he says that she and him are on the same page when it comes to children. So I don't know if this is when he had his little epiphany that he's going to talk about soon, but we know for a fact they're not on the same page. On the women's side, Cassandra says that Tristan's disposition and his mood swings are off-putting to her. I don't blame her. I can definitely see that. Sarah says that she's happy to give Tim a fair shot now that trust is building between them. And Ellie opens up about Ben's intentions with her and in the process.
And then he was mocking me.
He mocks you?
Even on the couch.
He kept talking about kids with someone amazing in the future, and I was like, have you not seen what you're seeing next to? I was like, mate.
I'm wanting to give this experiment the best shot, and I feel like he just has to make like a joke about everything.
I want to know what Lauren was picking up on a few episodes ago, saying that Ben is a clout chaser. He's not here for the right reasons, because she seems to be the only one who's been clued up on Ben, and everybody's only now seeing what Lauren has been seeing for a while. So even Ellie, I'm like, Ellie, he doesn't say anything to your face that's been problematic. Like, you haven't gotten that vibe at all. What's going on? It only took this outburst, let's call it an outburst, for her to see like, oh wait, hold on, there's some trouble in the water. And I'm like, but Lauren already saw it, so what's the disconnect? And then here you have this bird chirping foolishness. I'm like, girl, nobody wants to hear from you right now.
You're either like stupid or you've got balls bigger than Texas. He's just like this controlling, like, man-child. We called this guy was a dickhead.
I know damn well Tori is not here trying to call out other people's husbands while she's married to Jackass. Like, I know that's not you talking, girl. I know that's not you talking. You make every excuse under the sun for your husband, and I'm pretty sure it's for television. But girl, save your breath. We don't want to hear it. Your man is worse than Ben, okay? Child, moving on. The couples do some more intimacy tasks. They get an intimacy box with some sex toys. We know Miss Lucinda is very happy to dive into that box, okay? For some self-pleasure, because Timothy doesn't want to touch her. But a more serious talk is happening between Ellie and Ben. Apparently, Ben is now on the same page when it comes to children.
I had a phone chat with my sister-in-law. Had my niece and nephew in the background. And I just realised what I want. I do want to have kids in the future.
You actually...
It hit me today.
It hit you today.
I do want to have kids in the future. This is what
Oh,
I'm
that
ready
makes
for.
me happy to hear.
So I'm going to make an amendment to my earlier statement that Ben is going to have a podcast with Jack. It's going to be a podcast with Jack and Collins. Because what are these theatrics? Where is this acting coming from? He's directly taking a page out of Collins' book. What is going on? And then here you have Ellie, who might be a bird just like Tori, doesn't even question the shift. I mean, she kind of does. She's like, oh, I've been asking you for weeks and now you're on the same page. She doesn't investigate further than that. That's as far as her investigation goes. I'm thinking to myself, wait, hold on now. You said it was your nephew who now gave you this epiphany that you are ready for children. You didn't have a nephew last week? Is this nephew 3 days old? Like, what? I'm confused. I'm so confused. And on top of that, Ellie, he said that he is ready to have children. That doesn't mean with you. Because realistically speaking, his stance hasn't changed. He said he's indifferent. If he finds somebody who doesn't want kids, that's kind of the ideal for him. But if he finds somebody who he really, can see himself having children with, he will have kids with them. So he does want to have kids with somebody who he wants to have kids with. So like, girl, to me, that wouldn't be a reassuring statement in the slightest. Moving on. Tim, Jaden, and Richard do the, I think it was the hugging challenge with their wives. It went great for all of them, including Tim. But again, that doesn't last for long. Tori thinks that Intimacy Week is going really well for her. So they get the makeout challenge, right? She's so excited. Oh, I got to make out with my husband for 5 minutes. Here Jack says, 5 minutes is kind of long. How about let's do 2?
It's like you're kissing fully clothed 30 seconds later. You don't know what day it is, where your clothes are and what room you're in. Next thing you know, you're attending the maths baby group. Saved you first.
Knowing that Tori is into me and wants me, it does make me feel good and sexy. Yeah, the ball is in my court. It's where I like it. Say that right now. That's it.
Yeah.
They went from 5 minutes to 2 minutes, and at the end of the 2 minutes, Jack could not wait to part ways. You mean to tell me this man who claims to be so sexually charged is eager to end a makeout session with you? Possibly it could be the fact that people are watching. But the way that he sounds, I don't think that would even bother him. If he likes you enough, I don't think he would be bothered to make out with you in front of people, in front of cameras. Like that doesn't, speaking of cameras, honey, Andrea likes a little sex tape. Andrea, you know, it's some quiet, sweet, unsuspecting people that you gotta be, you know, looking out for. Anyways, yeah, I don't think something like that would bother Jack at all. So the fact that he's so eager to like jump out of the situation is a concern. And then here this woman is going talking about, I can really feel the sexual tension between us. Girl, that's delusion. What you're sensing between yourself and Jack is delusion. You're delusional. Okay? All right. Anyways, we have Tristan and Cassandra who are visited by Alessandra because Cassandra has expressed lack of attraction for Tristan. And I honestly, I don't blame her.
Right now today, do you feel attracted to Tristan?
No. His energy, his mood, these thoughts that he's latched onto.
You've been down, it's infected your energy, and now you're looking at things negatively as well.
I am sorry about bringing your energy down. Like, I didn't know it made her sad. And like now it's like, it's just weird.
And as much as Cassandra said at the wedding day that she was attracted to Tristan, I do feel that it wasn't that like sexual attraction. It wasn't that, I don't want to say animalistic, but like animalistic, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't that for Tristan. It was more like, oh, sweet baby. Oh, you know? So already it wasn't at an optimal level. And unfortunately, Tristan's Eeyore behavior, he honestly carries himself like Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh. It's so like, it just brings down the level further and further. And it wasn't even at an optimal level to begin with. You know what I'm saying? His Debbie Downer behavior, his self-loathing, it's too... I don't want to say it's too much because feel your feels. You're 100% entitled to do that. In a marriage, especially a fresh marriage, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody who carries himself the way that Tristan carries himself would be a Debbie Downer. Like you wouldn't feel inspired to want to jump a man's bones if he's always down on himself like this, you know? After the interaction with Alessandra, they did, you know, build some kind of something. I don't know if it's attraction, but it at least isn't disdain. Which I guess is good. But I don't see this lasting long. I don't. I sense it from Cassandra from the first episode with them. I definitely did not see it for them. I still don't see it for them. So, yeah. The episode ends with Tim, who's upset with Sarah because he planned a date, which she was excited about. However, she ended up going out with her girls, came back hungover, and then had to cancel the plans.
Trying to make a relationship work doesn't feel like a priority to you.
I like to go out with my girlfriends and not have to worry about that kind of stuff. I don't feel like you can be that person that's just cool with that. I don't know what else to do to make you feel more secure in this relationship.
I'm sorry about the date, but you're needy and insecure.
For Sarah, I really want to know how she plans on building a relationship that is solely based on her terms. Everything in this relationship that doesn't go right is because she is not happy with something that Tim did, something that Tim said, and so she has to almost like reprimand him for it. And it's a weird dynamic that they have. So then she says, what did she say? How can I assure you more? What did she say? Oh, how can I make you feel more secure? Well, I have a few examples. For one, you can not snap at him when he tries to express himself. You cannot diminish his feelings just because you don't understand them. You can hold up your end of the bargain when you guys make plans, show up, or at least provide an alternative. Because, you know, life happens. Sometimes we get sick, we get whatever. But getting hungover is an intentional thing. Like, girl, you knew you had plans in the morning. At least drink less or don't drink at all. Just saying. And then you cannot move the goalposts when it comes to the expectations that you have of Tim. She's like, I want you to do this. He does it. It's still not good enough. Girl, like, Sarah, come on. Tim has come around for me. Sarah is just going lower and lower and lower in the ranks for me. I don't know what her issue is. I think that I don't know, maybe she's got something going on the outside and she has to make sure that this doesn't work out, but she still is trying hard enough to make it seem like she's not sabotaging, but she's very clearly sabotaging. Yeah, she's got something on the outside. She didn't want to show her phone. She doesn't want to give this a full try. Her man at home is waiting. That's my hypothesis. And then in this next episode, they're going to be yelling at each other for some kind of reason. It seems like Tim has reached his boiling point, and yeah. It's not looking good for them, child, but we're going to see how that goes. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.